everything in this league. And today, you earned this. We had a lead until 2 minutes left in that game. We had no lead. And guys stepped up. Guys played through injuries. Guys played hurt. Depth guys had to step up. That's what great teams do. They rebound after last week. They go on the road. They steal a win. And then we go back home and we get ourselves back. We got 3 game balls. Okay? Stepped up when we needed to stop on defense. Got a sack. Gave the offense the ball back so Jamar could go score. Trey Henderson. It was 28-37 with 300 yards. 3 touchdowns left. 1 touchdown rush. Came back in the Superdome and did it again. Joe Burrow. 7 catches, 132 yards, 2 touchdowns. Game winner. Came back in the Superdome. Did it again.
Welcome to the Queen City Stripes podcast. I'm your host, Ray Summers. Shout out to my host, Maverick Mav, man. Tell him what's up, bro. Ski.
Who Day Monday.
You already know, man. Mav's tone a little bit up today, man. Like I said, I'm in a better energy mood today, man. Not sluggish like last week, man. Them primetime games will get you. I ain't gonna lie to you. Them primetime games will get you. But we got what? 2 more to go? 2 more primetime games? 2 more primetime games to go, I believe.
Yep.
Browns, Steelers, or something like that. Something like that. But here we are, y'all, man. Episode 36, man. Grippos and Gumbo, man. You already know what it is, man. 513 meets the NO. Lots to get into today. Lots to get into. We got a good show for y'all today, man. Shouts out to the newest subscribers, man. If you haven't already, please like, share, and subscribe, man, and share this channel. Here we go, man. Let's get into it. Bengals win. Bengals win 30-26. Now let's talk about the shit. Here we go, man. All right. I know everybody's probably like, oh, here we go. Like you upset that we won. Look, I'm not upset that we won. I'm not. I'm happy that we won. And I really hope that after this win, we could build off of this, because to bring up to some stats to y'all, that's very interesting on how this shit could put that's all gonna play out. Let me get to this shit real quick. Holy. All right. Give y'all some stats real quick, man. Last year when we started this shit, I'm on the right shit. I'm sorry, y'all. Be patient. Here we go. Here we go. All right. Interesting stats, man. I got some interesting stats for y'all. My bad. All right. We were talking about how the offense has been sluggish, the start of the season, kind of similar to last season. Very similar to last. Everything that's happening right now is very similar to last season. So we're going to these stats, especially Burrow stats. After week 6 in 2021, he had 4 TDs, 7 interceptions. Right now, in 2022, 14 TDs, 5 interceptions. So I will say we're kind of in the incline as of right now, but there's still room for improvement, bro. Because it's like they almost messed this up, y'all. they were this close of messing this up. Mav wrote me on the live stream. I'm in the chat. Shouts out to everybody that was in the chat yesterday on the watch party. You wrote in the chat, you said, I'm not liking how this shit is shaping out, because it was shaping out to be the Saints who got the last possession with the go-ahead field goal curtains.
It had that vibe, yeah.
Yeah, it really did. It had that same vibe, because we kept seeing a lot of clock being wasted with the offense, a lot of clock wasted, vice versa. So it's just like, It's I'm telling y'all, they almost messed this up, but they didn't. So it's good that we got the win. But there's one key thing that we have to mention right now. Now, since the offense is somewhat improving, I guess I'll say, I don't know if you want to agree to that, Matt, but the offense is somewhat improving. Now we're about to deal with the fuckery with the defense now. Now we're approaching the rough part of the year where you're going to see injuries, a lot of downsides. So now we're looking at, since DJ Reader's out, bro, this is huge because y'all, they got off like 200 plus. They got off 228 rushing yards on us yesterday. That was huge. Now with Josh Tupou out, he was announced injured before we started the show, probably in the game. I even noticed he was gone in the game. He was just out. So with Tupou out, now it just looks to like we got to fill that gap fast because the next coming games we got, it's a lot of run heavy offenses we're about to face coming the second half of the season. So it's just like they have to, the Bengals have to literally, bro. They gotta fill that Reader slot immediately. Immediately. Other than that, I mean, with the offense, yeah. Man, like it's just like the offense, like I said, they're slowly getting it. Like I said, they're looking better by the week. I'll say way better than last week and way better than week one. Like I said, Burrow got 300 yards passing, 4 TDs. Jamar Chase was quiet this season. We're used to seeing him last season, y'all. He had almost like a touchdown, almost average every game, just one touchdown a game, like damn near. He had almost rookie of the year. So it's just like he got up to his 4 right now. So it's just like sky's the limit. They got to basically build off of this win. And my projection, I really hope we got a win streak off of it. We hope we get a win streak off of this. I really do. We hope we get a win streak off of this. But at the same time, like I said, they got to fill that slot and immediately on that defensive line because if not, like I said, we got the Atlanta Falcons. We still got the Browns twice that we still got to do. Hold on. Yeah, we got the Browns twice. Still got the Steelers again. We got the Titans, Chiefs. Like I said, the whole 9 yards, including the Bills and, a lot of run heavy teams. So you got to fill that spot immediately. But other than that, it was a good win, a great team effort win on both sides. Defense closed it out at the end. Offense kept the game interesting, kept, interesting plays. A lot of the players is well executing on plays, not giving up on the play, trying to get the extra yardage. We saw that from Hayden Hurst. We saw that from Tyler Boyd, saw that from Joe Mixon, definitely saw it from Jamar Chase, included, and also T. Higgins. So everybody was doing their part. Everybody was executing plays. But now it's what happens from here. Go ahead and take it, man. What happens from here, yo?
All right, thank you, sir. I do have to say I see that nice gold there you got going there, 2 Chainz. So, yeah. So the Bengals were just like Sir Mix-a-Lot. They ain't down with that. Had to do a little wordplay.
Nah, go ahead, bro.
So, I mean, like you said, I like what I saw with the offense. I mean, they did start really slow. They picked it up towards, the ending of the game. I was shocked to see that they, for the most part, they kind of abandoned the run. They went very pass heavy for, most of the game so far. They went close to 50-50, more so on the run heavy side with Mixon. And all of a sudden that seemed to disappear.
Mm-hmm.
The offensive line got crossed over a couple times. There was 2, I'm just going to say, very lucky plays that Burrow was able to get out and be able to make a play happen.
Right.
Defensively, of course, you had them with the special teams. You had the fumbled punt return, so that put the defense right back on their heels. But the defense still lived up to their reputation this season. Come to the second half, they were bending, but they wouldn't break.
Right.
For how much they were getting ran all over, I mean, that starts to wear you down as the game goes along.
A lot, bro.
And I think they were averaging over 6 yards a carry.
Yes.
For that game.
It's like 6.5.
So the fact that you don't have your top run stuffer, towards the end of the game, Wilson goes down with injury. They were torching you on the run game for majority of the game. You're still able to shut them down to field goals to give the offense a chance. Kudos to the defense with that. And of course, Money Mac with his deep golden foot.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a lot of positives. a few negatives, but every game's going to have that. But everything looked like it's heading in the right direction. Like you said, needs to keep that,
it is. You can see it. You can see it just looking at it. And then especially just giving y'all the stats. It's very comparable to last year. Basically, at this point last year, this is when we saw the incline from the Bengals, saw the win streak. And then after that, it was just, it's in God's hands, whatever happens after that. But yeah, man, I'm all the way with you with that. Now the question is though, like since Tupou is out, if that's how you say his name, the feeling for Reader, it has to go back to what we were talking about weeks ago, man. Like they should consider literally trying to sign a DT this week, and I'm calling Sue. I don't know who else you could call because I don't know where's the Shelvin character at? Tyler Shelvin.
That all people they got to call up. I believe he's on the practice squad, if I remember correct. Okay.
He must not be developing pretty good because, like, they haven't even mentioned his name at all, like, today. Like, him getting brought up. I'm seeing just a lot of rumors and speculation that they're possibly going to reach out to somebody. They didn't say a name. It's anonymous.
I was going to say, if they would, nobody should even think of so. They're not going to go for somebody like him.
Hey, who knows, yo?
I would be beyond shocked.
Yeah, I'm putting everything on the table, and it's just like I'm like something got to give because I'm telling you, man, like we're about to get into the most run heavy like shit the second half. I mean, like
I think they're still waiting to hear what the full diagnosis is with Logan Wilson.
Yeah, I think they said for Logan it'll be day to day.
Right.
Not even saying even with the middle linebacker, we just go to that real quick. It's just like, okay, they got Pratt, Marcus Bailey, and then Gather?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Gather's on there. So it's not great, but I'll say it's solid enough to the opponents that we're about to go against. Because I mean, Falcons, Browns, Panthers, Steelers, Titans, and then the Chiefs, of course. So it's just like that's what we're looking at coming up. So it's just like, if they want to try something out, the time is to do it right now. Depend on who we're playing. The time is to do it right now. So it's like I hope they don't waste too much time. But it's just like they need to do it immediately because when we had Reader doing weeks 1 and 3, we was ranked 14th and ranked 5th in the rush success rate and rush yards allowed in 8th place. Now weeks 4 and 6 without Reader, bro, we're at the bottom of the list. We 25, 28th, and 24. So it's like you have to get something immediately because otherwise, what we saw yesterday, that could be the death of us right there this season because the Saints, they were trying to run the clock out. I don't know if people have been peeping.
Right.
They're trying to run the clock out.
As much as his presence is missed in the middle,
yeah,
a lot of the Saints' runs, though, their big runs, if you notice, were more to the outside, where Reader wouldn't have been at anyway.
Well, they kept going to the left. They were never they're rarely going to the right. It was mostly inside out to the left. That's basically the most of the targets been at. That was like a weak target because each time they went to the right, it was stopped immediately because you had Hubbard over there and and then some. But I mean, we're gonna have to see how it plays out, but they shouldn't waste any time. I expect them to do something this week, like at least make an attempt to do something this week. But we'll see. To
me personally, I would like to see more involvement with Hill. You saw at the end of the game how he ran all the way across the field to deflect that ball.
Glad
his range and his speed will help against that run game because he can run down these running backs.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, he's pretty quick too. Yeah, he's pretty quick. But it'd be nice. Like I said, we will see, y'all. We'll see. Everything's up on the table. Everything's in the air. The second half performance, man, to get into this real quick, man. Once again, like the defense, you said it. Like the defense, they stopped them. They kept them from scoring a touchdown. I want to know if the Bengals defense is the only defense in the league that kept an opponent from scoring in the second half because it's almost looking like that going into almost week 7.
Oh, they are. They're the only team.
Yeah, I'm about to say because it's like it's amazing what they're doing because the game could be a lot worse.
his halftime adjustments, he somehow figures out these offenses and somehow shuts them down.
Yeah, immediately.
Maybe not full shut down, but he keeps them out of the end zone.
Keeps out of the end zone, which is important because like I'd rather give up field goals than giving up a touchdown. As I said, because let's say y'all that they didn't hold in the field goals, this game could have been 41 to wherever the fuck we had.
This could have got real.
Possibly. They could have got 41.
For a team
42.
that, keep in mind, was missing their top 3 wide receivers. So you knew they were going to run more, and yet you still didn't prevent it. So that part really kind of disturbs me.
Thank you, Mav. I had a pitchfork Matthews to get it out of him, but yeah.
You got a backup quarterback in
Yep.
Yeah.
This is where it scares me. I'm feeding right off of you because I'm glad you said what you said because that's what we're going to lead into. Because that's the part that scares me is that like, yo, they didn't even have a whole lot. They were just doing the dynamic offense, you know. They got what's his name, Taysom Hill. Mm-hmm. They, you know, running the read option. They're running like a college like format. Yo, they're running college like offense, bro. No joke. But they were definitely using the run game to push the momentum and to keep us on our heels to where we want to guess or even know what the next play was going to be. But like you said, Anarumo, the coordinator, excellent job. Excellent job because that run game could have been a deficit yesterday. Definitely. It could have lost us the game. Definitely. Then you saw the headlines today. Readers missed, you know, a lot of slander by the defense. You saw a whole lot of shit. But again, y'all, them barely getting this win off 30-26, and they was playing with some bums. Mm-hmm. Plus, you know, Kamara and Dalton's presence. But other than that, they're playing with some practice squad people, some JVs. Come on, bro. And you playing with your full starters?
Defensively, they had their full squad minus their star corner.
On the Saints. Correct.
On the Saints.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was just speaking like on the offense because they had Michael Thomas. It was just literally just Kamara, Ingram. Yo, they were running with 4 different people. Mm-hmm. And got 200 plus, yo. I think at halftime it was over like 100 something. So it was just like,
well, it was the way a lot of their run plays were designed too. Mm-hmm. Taylor and company need to kind of peep that a little bit.
They do.
Run, some different. What's the word I really want to use here? I can't think of the word at the moment. My brain has just completely went away. But my point is, use plays that are going to work in a positive way, not a negative way. Mm-hmm. You're doing the goofy flip off to the side when you're short yardage in the red, right there at the end zone and stuff like that. You're not being too slick with nothing.
Yeah, you're not.
But I did like that finally in this game, we did the QB sneak on a 2nd and short, and it worked to perfection.
They listening, bro. They got to be listening.
Do that at the goal line next time now.
Because when they got the first possession of the game, they got the first possession. They were at a 3-and-1, 3rd-and-1. Then they didn't get it.
It was on 2nd down. It was like second down. It was 2nd and 2 or something.
2nd and 2.
2nd and 1, and they QB sneaked it right then and there.
Oh man, there was a point, bro. Like they had to punt it. It was some point. It was a play. They tried to run a play action. It was a sack or whatever. And I'm just like, we talked about this like week after week. It's like if you're on the 1, fuck all that passing shit. If you need just 1 yard, because you saw after that what you're talking about. They just kept handing off the Mixon. He got the 2 yards first down. They kept doing it. It's like, it's not that hard, man. It's just like, they just making it hard on themselves, trying to look pretty. And it's just like, sometimes, something is not needed when it's time to be. It's like, you got to just take what you got. Like you've been saying this whole entire season so far, it's like, you got to take the yards you could get, really, because if you don't, it's going to bite you in the ass, man. It's going to bite you in the ass, like, severely. So it's just like, they just got to keep, that same energy. Like looking at the film off of this game, I hope they build off of this and keep the same intensity going into next week and so forth. But it's just like, you can't be keep digging holes to yourself, especially with a team like this, because there's going to be other teams we're going to see. The Panthers, for instance, if they beat themselves up playing against them, Mav, I don't know what the fuck to say at that point. Because they're having a full fire sale down there in Carolina. Straight up. They having a full fire sale. So it's like if they mess that up, it's just like, but we'll have to see. They got to build off of this win, man. They got to build off this win, call the smarter plays, but definitely when you in the short yardage range, Mixon, Piron, or just QB sneak with Burrow, I prefer just a QB sneak. Just make it easy.
I mean, not to compare to other teams, but after our game, if you watched the Buffalo Kansas City game, at one point in the game, Buffalo is literally at the 1 yard line. Everybody in the stadium, including Kansas City, knew it's going to be a QB sneak.
Facts.
And they couldn't stop it.
Nope.
That's my point.
Because, like, literally, bro, you have I'll say a 98% chance of crossing. Literally. It's like you're like the slim part is literally, it's only how it can mess up is the timing. It literally is the timing. If the center don't get the block, the offensive line don't get the blocking right on point, it's destroyed. But they get the blocking, which you expect, he should literally easily cross the line with the boost behind on his back, with the the running back and all that. And so,
well, I will say this: I haven't noticed this in a long time. I don't know if you happen to not notice it either, or if it's just me being goofy and stupid.
Go ahead, bro.
But I haven't seen any running backs in forever at the goal line attempt to do like Gio used to do and dive up over the line.
What we always talk about.
I haven't seen nobody attempt that in a long while.
Nope.
It's always like, I just got to try to bulldoze my way
Yep.
in. They don't just grab it and just hop right up over.
That's a fact. No, you're right. You're right. We haven't seen it. We've been calling for that since last year. We've been calling for that. We've been saying that on the situation that we're talking about, 4th and 1, 3rd and 1, dive over the top. But it's just like, nope. They'll rather tuck and just try to rely on the push. That's all they're trying to rely on. Yeah, man. They try to rely on that. Or, I mean, not to get off topic, but I saw in the Tennessee game, they've used the fullback.
Yeah, that's a position that has almost extinct at this point.
And I'm not talking about the Titans. I'm talking about University of Tennessee. Hey, I finally saw. I was about to write you. I was like, bro. I was like, they used a fullback that got the touchdown. I was like, Jesus. But yeah, man. But yeah, y'all. All right, we talked about well, we could get into it slightly more in depth. The Logan Wilson injury. It was like a right shoulder injury. Like I said, day to day.
The shoulder he had surgery on in the offseason.
That's what I'm scared of, bro. I'm glad you filled it off, but it's just like, that's what I'm scared. I hope it's not nothing major. But if it's the same one like they saying that was surgery repaired, then it's like, I don't know. If he was out, take a wild guess how long you think he'll be out. For a shoulder.
It would have to depend on what the extent of the injury is.
I hope it's not.
I mean, it could possibly, if it's just a bone bruise, some extra padding, extra wrapping underneath the pads, maybe,
like 2 to 3.
Here's a pain shot.
I'll say most,
maybe let him miss this week.
Yeah, just to play it safe. I mean, against the Falcons, I mean, they don't have Patterson. I mean, we'll get all that later.
Yeah, I was gonna say
we'll get all that later. We'll get that later. But yeah, we'll see, man. Hope Logan Wilson's okay. But yeah, we'll see. Now going into the Eli Apple situation, I'm not trying to knock on him because he has been doing pretty good this season. He has increased his role like this season compared to last season, what we're seeing. But yesterday, it's either Dalton had his number or he was just completely out of it, bro. Like, I don't know what the hell was going on with Eli yesterday. Literally, bro. I had no clue what was going on with him. I'm sitting here like, what is, like, he getting beat? He misjudging like the routes. Like, it's just like, it was a whole lot of bullshit going on, bro. But he did correct some shit as the game went on. And he got away with some shit at the end of the game, but I believe he just fell before the ball got there. So it was just. I think he
played that play perfect.
He did. It was just
if he was facing the ball the entire time, their feet got tangled. It was a great no call.
He just dove arms out. He ain't touch him or nothing. But I don't know what's going on with him yesterday. But this is the only time we brought him up. But
hey, he had the knockout hit though. I
did.
don't know who the running back was, but my God, he sent him
hit
60
stick.
under.
He was mad.
Oh yeah,
he was mad. I think he gave up a big play before that, and then that following play came in. It was a left shoulder. I remember you talking about left shoulder, knock his ass.
I got up on my feet and I was cheering for him with that.
Yeah, I said we'll give it to him, man. I hope he snaps out of it. What was going on with him yesterday? I don't know if he had the wrong Wendy's, the wrong gumbo. I don't know what the hell he had yesterday, but he wasn't looking like his normal self. Now getting into the wild shit. All right, third quarter. Bengals just came off of a touchdown. It was the QB sneak. They kick off the ball to the Saints. Saints they got a sack. Then it's 3rd and 25. Incomplete. Trey Henderson had to touch it to Andy Dalton, bro. It was a roughing the passer play, game the yards, bro. That just ended. Luckily, it ended in the field goal. Luckily.
Right.
Is this what I'm talking about, y'all? It's like it just silly plays like this, it could cost you. It could cost you, man. Like, so it's like good thing nothing bad didn't happen after that. But it's just like, bro, like I feel like Trey must have blacked out when he was raging.
Something. Dalton had enough time to order his entire 12-inch sub from Subway, and it was in the middle of paying for it by the time he got hit.
It was so late. I was like, Trey, what the hell are you doing? I was like, what the hell is he doing, bro? Like, he had to black that. He must have been in tunnel vision. Like, he wasn't paying attention to the ball. Like, he wanted to get a lick on Dalton.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I was like, everybody was getting a lick on Dalton, but it was just like he wanted to get that easy lick. But it was unneeded, though, man. It was 3rd and 25. He could have just backed off. Like, man, he ain't gonna throw shit. Incomplete. Let's go. Yeah, incomplete. Let's go. But man, he had to do it. But that's what I'm talking about, y'all. It's plays like that. It could cost you down the road, man. But luckily it didn't. They held him to a field goal. But all right, man. Our favorite part, man. Offense, defense, special teams, and you, since you added it, play calling. Let's go. And your ass go first.
I just had to do that.
And your ass go first.
Last week.
And your ass going first.
All right. The offense, I'm going to have to give an A this time. Even though they started off slow, the offensive line, gave up a couple sacks. But for the first time, the offense finally got to the 30-point mark. When it mattered the most, they were hitting their pass plays. The receivers were separating themselves. Obviously, Chase did a couple times. And,
right.
Overall, I like, there was a lot of progression, I think, that was made there.
Mm-hmm.
The play calling, for the most part, I think this time, since now that became an added category, I may have to actually, for as critical as I've been, may have to actually give them an A for that.
Oh, shit!
And the reason I'm going to actually go that high is for the fact that, they didn't just go complete run heavy like they were. They went more to the passing game, which was beating the Saints up.
Yes.
In the short yardage situations, they weren't doing the cutesy plays. We were talking about, doing the QB sneak right there in second short yardage situations.
Yep.
So they really weren't doing any of the cutesy shit. I didn't see that extra, the halfback sweep, whatever, wide receivers, whatever you want to call it.
It's okay.
To the right side.
The Madden plays you talking right there,
exactly.
But it's cool. It's cool.
Exactly. Either way, they didn't do none of that extra bullshit. It was just strict, north and south, and let's get business done. Defensively, I'm going to go B.
Okay.
B minus. I'll go B minus.
Okay.
Because of how much, they got destroyed on the run game, but they did clinch down again in the second half, and they did handle their business.
Yeah.
But again, we mentioned about how we know this team didn't have any of their top wide receivers, and you still got destroyed. But again, for the fact that you held them to field goals, in the second half, I think they held them to a field goal too on the dropped or the fumbled punt return.
Yes.
Or a touchdown on that.
Talking about the
the Saints when when Taylor fumbled the return.
Okay.
Did we hold them to a field goal in that
I
possession?
think that went for a touchdown, I believe.
Okay. Either way, in the second half,
Yeah,
they did what they needed
touchdown.
to do. They made the adjustments. They started slowing the run down. They bent but
Mhm.
didn't break. Special teams. Oh, yeah, that one's a little tough again. I'll go B because McPherson, obviously he's an A.
Go ahead.
He's an A, but
Go ahead.
Taylor fumbles the return,
Yeah,
which
man.
gave up 7 points.
Yeah, man.
But again, anytime your kicker can make a 50-plus yard field goal and make it look easy, that's going to help that grade.
It did, because that was an important field goal.
Yes, it was.
Literally. Because it was 21-26. They got that one. Yes. It was 20. Yes. 24. So yeah. They needed that. That was very important to keep them in the game. And then it turned to them getting the field goal. Then yeah, man. We needed that. We definitely needed that. At least it went down on those lines. But yeah. All right. So you said, what was your offense again? You said A, defense B,
Yeah.
special teams.
I said B minus. I switched it to B minus because of how much rushing.
Special teams. What was it again?
Oh, I think I said B on that one.
B, and then play calling. Okay. I think I got that one. Okay. All right. Well, how I want to start. All right, I'll go down the line. Offense. All right, offense. Okay. First half. We already talked about the first half. Then they finished off the second half. Okay.
Oh, now see, you're thinking of facts. I said, now look at
Yeah. So it's like, okay, offense. Offense. I'll give him a B minus. Offense B minus. Still needs to be room for improvement, bro. Like I said, the running game. I will say this: the running game did get there, but I do agree with you. They stopped fucking with it. They just, once they saw the passing attack was working, just due to what they had on defense, they just kept that shit going. So that's fine. Because I don't got nothing else to say about that. It was just the running plays. The protection was great. I feel like the protection yesterday, out of all the games we saw so far, I'll say it was fine. I'll say it was fine, bro. It was way better than we were accustomed to seeing. So they're slowly getting there. Other than that, I don't really got nothing much to say about the offense. Yeah, Burrow, like I said, you put the ball in his hands, you know he's going to deal with it. He was constantly making plays. It was nice seeing him being more mobile. I will say that, because we got so used to seeing him just sitting there in the pocket, waiting. Like me and you basically agree with so far this season. It's Dalton-like, you just chilling, knowing that you got the legs to move left to right. He was breaking out of tackles, making plays. He caught Tyler Boyd on the key play. He caught Jamar Chase on the key play. Caught also T. Higgins. I might have said him already. Even Joe Mixon. So it's nice. It was nice seeing him mobile, moving left to right. Also defense. Here goes the shit. You said what, B minus for these dudes? Bro, I'll hold these dudes to a high standard, bro. I gotta give him a C plus, bro. I gotta give him a C plus, man. I gotta give him a C plus. It's like, yes, y'all. Yes. I get it. They haven't let up a TD the whole second half of the season. That's cute. That's good. That's great.
That's cute.
But when you give up 200 plus yards, if this is the Bills, the Chiefs, hell, we could go Lamar Jackson's goofy ass. If you just let that shit happen, that shit could eat you up and it could lose you the damn game, especially if it's playoff like. Let's say this is a playoff game. They probably that would have been the game plan the whole game. The clock would have been our enemy. No joke. So it's like, you got to correct that. That's what I'm saying. Like, they had to correct that little slot. And it's literally that little tiny slot to fill in DJ Reader's. Like, it's like you have to fill that in immediately because it's going to cost you. Other than that, with the defense, I got to say, the coverage was okay. It was okay. If I had to rank it from like 1 to 5, it was a 3. It was all right. The coverage was okay, but you can't be letting up too many rushing yards like that, bro. Like, that's huge. And then especially to go back to what you were saying, it's like you're playing against a team that really didn't have. They weren't even full strength. They were like not even half. They were going with what they had, it was like, all right, what we got on the depth chart? All right, we're going to do this. It's like their confidence was in the run game. Like they didn't really have no confidence in the passing game. It was mostly in the rushing game. But yeah, I gotta give him a C+ on that, man. It's just like, but it could be better, and I expect better. And I'm sure, like, they're gonna come out guns blazing next week. Because what I hope next week with the offensive defense, I just hope they're both on the same page, and hopefully we get our first shutout of the season. That's what I'm hoping. But we'll see. We'll see. We'll get into that shit later. We'll get into that scoring shit later. Special teams, due to Trent dropping that shit, bro. McPherson making that key field goal. Yeah, I'll give him a B-. I'll give him a B-. I'll give him B-, yo. Just those two instances. Because other than that, there ain't really nothing bad to say. But that botch fumble, I mean, I'm glad it happened earlier in the game. But again, it's them situations too. It's like you got to protect the ball. I was impressed that they kept them in. I mean, it spoke loud words because at first I was like, all right, maybe they'll put Chris Evans back there. Maybe after that shit happened. But I know Zach Taylor ain't like that. He ain't that type of person that was like, all right, like you did that bullshit. Like you need to sit down somewhere and think about that. Chris, you in. But no, he ain't like that. So he gave me an extra opportunity. He did excel the next time around. So I'll give it to him on that. But giving that up and giving up a touchdown that off of that, based without that touchdown, the game could have been really far to reach. Maybe, depending on how it went. But yeah, give them a B-. Play calling. The play call in the first half, if I pull Euro for a second, the play call in the first half was below average. It was like C-, below. But going to the second half, they're using a run game slightly. It was like they're using it like I'll say like maybe 10% of the time, and the rest was just basically passing. It was working because they were finding everybody. The quick 3-step drop, found somebody across the middle. Quick 3-step drop, found somebody in the middle. Three quick step drop, found somebody else. Or he moving mobile. But I'll give it, bro. I'll have to give it, man. I'm thinking way too hard on this, too.
Yeah,
you are. I got shit to do.
I see the smoke coming off of your
Yeah, man. So,
man.
all right, play calling. All right, I gave them. All right.
And you looking like the statue of David.
It just. All right. The way I gotta say it, just like because we saw how it started the beginning of the game. Because I'm sure everybody had the same impression. Like, oh, here we go again. Like the quick 3 and outs, the dumb plays on 3rd and 1.
I see you struggling on the inside for how long we've been complaining about the play calling. It's hard for you to admit they actually did fairly decent this game. See?
It's hey, all right, Mav. All right, hold on. All right, hold on. It's decent, but I wasn't impressed because I know it could be way better than what it was because they were going against literally, man. They could have got way more points, man. We could have saw our first 40 bone, but it's like
improvements were made though.
It was the line, but we're just talking about just the play calling. Like fuck the line right quick. The play calling. All right, the play call. All right, I'll just give it a B- for now. I get a B-. Play calling was okay. It was okay, but it could be way better. I do expect more creativity going down the road. Hope we can see a lot of big time plays. I'm glad they ain't trying no trickery. I'm glad we didn't see no Philly cheese. I'm glad we didn't see no double reverse, no Statue of Liberty. I was glad we didn't see none of that shit. It was literally straight up. They were using their strengths and skills to win the game. So yeah, I'll give some on that. But yeah, that's for the play calling. All right, my bad took so long, y'all. Everybody, man, come on, bro. I already jotted it down. I gave him a C+. Like, oh shit, hey, C+, C+ too. It'd be C+, B-, but I'm giving a B- because when it mattered, they did enough plays to win the game on offense. They did enough play when it came in the second half. But okay, here we go. Players of the game. Who you got, bro? Gotta be the dynamic duo.
Man, it's hard to not say, Jamar Chase and Joe Burrow, the LSU boys.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, obviously the touchdown play that sealed the deal at the end with Chase, the move he did and got there, and then the large scramble play that Burrow did earlier to extend the play and get the pass off to Boyd, because I believe that was a third down.
It was.
When he had that big scramble, and he should have been lost, Zach probably 15 yards back.
Somehow got through it.
Yeah.
Somehow.
Yeah.
Somehow.
So, yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna say, I'm going with the dynamic duo. Yeah, Burrow and Chase on that. What else we got on here? MVP. Who you got the MVP of the game?
I mean, it's, once again, you have to say the dynamic
Well,
duo
yeah, I'll say
themselves.
both of them. I'll say both of them, bro. They both killed it, man.
They showed out for their homecoming.
They did, yeah. That was their homecoming. That was their homecoming. That's all you seeing on the tabloids today. Homecoming Kings. That's all you've been seeing. But yeah, they did it. They showed out. They showed out. They definitely showed out. I'll definitely give them to that. Up next, y'all, we got the Falcons, man. They sitting at 3-3, 1 p.m. kickoff. What has to happen for them to win this game, bro?
Well, how this week went, you better shut down the run game.
That's all you're going to see. Pretty similar.
But for the most part, you're going up against Super Mario. It's time to play the big Koopa role. You're here in Cincinnati playing them. You better smash them. Do not overlook them.
Don't. Yeah, don't.
Don't overlook them.
Don't.
You saw what they just did this weekend.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm like, okay. Looking at this game, I was like, all right, they're missing. They got a lot of bro. That's what I'm sitting here like, we might, I hope, and I'll give you my score. I hope we get our first shutout, because obviously I'm looking for a shutout in this game, straight shutout. Because I hope the defense and offense, they literally building off of this win. I hope they fully turn it up like how we saw when they came out against the Steelers last year. They had a strong start. It was already like 24-0 or some shit. So it's just like, yeah, I hope we see some of that going into this game. But yeah, I'm with you. Don't underestimate the opponent. Definitely play to all zeros on the clock. Play aggressive offensively. Yeah, they just got to keep doing what they're doing, man. Offense got to keep doing what they're doing. Hope they can continue with the run game, because they're bad with the Russian defense, I believe. So hopefully Mixon can have his great game this game. Then after that, hopefully we can see a lot of great touchdown passes, great plays with Tyler Boyd, Higgins, and Chase. Hell, even Hayden Hurst might even get him in the game. So it's like, not in the game, but into this mix. So hopefully we see that. Score prediction for this game, since I'm over here predicting for a shutout. Because I'm literally predicting for a shutout, because it's like this game, I'm not going to say it could be easily won, but it's like they can make an example out of this group to where it's like, all right, time is now. Time is now, and it's go time. But the score I got, what would I say? What I'll say? Obviously, the Falcons got 0. I'll give us, yeah, I'll give us 31. 31 no. 31 no.
31 to what?
No. Soccer term 0.
No, I heard what you said.
Yeah.
I just couldn't believe what you're expecting the first shutout.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
That's a bold prediction.
But the thing is, it all depends on is if they could correct, okay, if they could fill in that gap with Reader is at 31 no. If they can't, I only see them get 9 points. Falcons, I'm talking about.
Right. No, I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, Falcons. So it's just like, so I'll give you 31 no. If they can't fill in that gap, okay, 28-9, 28-10.
Okay, looking at the weather for Sunday, I see a high of 76 and it looks like sunny.
Ooh.
So you have an indoor team. This is where the weather will come into your favor this time of year, but it looks like they're going to actually have perfect weather for this game.
Yes, sir.
I believe we'll build momentum off of what we've just done. Offensively, we still got our full core.
Mm-hmm.
I think we score more than we just did against the Saints. I hope they start right out the gun and not have the slow start.
Mm-hmm.
And a full 4 quarters of consistency. I'll say 34.
Okay.
I'll give him 34, and I'll say 17 for the Falcons.
Okay. Not
The
bad.
way the second half has been going, I say all that they get, like, just the trend keeps going. They get the field goal in the second half.
Mm-hmm. I just hope big plays happen. Big plays happen. Because because all we're going to respect is a lot of running. That's what I don't really see them even testing the pass. If they did test the pass, it's going to be across the middle. Ain't going to be nothing deep. I don't see nothing going deep at all. I'd be shocked if they threw it deep. Everything's going to be short, medium passes, or running game. They're not going to do nothing too crazy. That's why I got the score I got. It's like, if they shut that down, it's curtains. It's like they won't be able to do nothing. But that score, that's reasonable too. That's very reasonable. Very reasonable. But yeah, man, we got the round of league results, man. We're going to get into that real quick, and then we'll get to your news. We got major.
There's shit.
Major.
There's fuckery.
Yeah, bro. I told y'all before I get into these scores, me and Maverick told y'all last year on the Truman Show, the NFL will look like a reality TV series, man. I'm telling you, and it's looking like that right now as we speak. So let's get into these scores. We want to get into the vegetables, man. So we just had the Commanders and Bears this past Thursday. Terrible motherfucking game. Terrible game. Commanders
Thursday
win.
night trend.
Yeah, 12-7. That's Amazon getting a heist. That's a robbery, bro. That is ridiculous, man. But yeah, Commanders won 12-7. We just told y'all the Bengals beat the Saints 30-26. Falcons beat the 49ers 28-14. Patriots beat the Browns 38-15. I was shocked how large the score was on that. But hey, I'm all with it. Jets beat the Packers 27-10. Colts beat the Jaguars 34-27. Vikings beat the Dolphins 24-16. Ravens beat the Giants beat the Ravens 24-20. Y'all, this can't be real, bro. I was just talking to Matt before we started this, bro. It is no way in hell you're telling me both New York teams have winning records right now. The Giants are 5-1. Haven't seen this however long. Don't really give a damn.
Eli days.
Yeah, we go back to Eli Strahan days. We'll go there. Plaxico Burress and them boys. We go there. Yeah, pretty much that time. The Jets. What do you want to say? Mr. Buttman.
I was going to say
fumble?
pretty much.
Sanchez. It's like we haven't seen this in so long. I'm like, this got to be a simulation because I'm not used to seeing two New York teams doing good along with the Dallas Cowboys doing well as well. So it's like, But let me get on to the scores. Steelers beat the Buccaneers 20-18.
Couldn't believe that.
Did you see what happened on the sideline?
Well, where Brady chewed out his offensive lineman.
Yeah, you heard what he said?
Everybody. Yeah.
That's not a good look, G. For those that don't understand, that didn't hear him, Brady literally said, I didn't leave my wife and kids to be down to have by Kenny fucking Pickett, bro. No joke. They called him on hot mic over all the bullshit noise. But that's not a good look, man. He's sitting there chewing out the offensive line. It's like, I'm sitting there looking, I'm like, you need to chill, bro. Like, I get the middle divorce, but you got to chill, bro. You got to pipe that down because it's like, don't think twice, man. These dudes going to move to the side and just let old boy come through and knock you out because it's like these dudes are portraying. Don't get me wrong. I didn't watch the game, but from what spectators were saying and analysts, it was a sloppy game by the Buccaneers offensively. But it's like whatever's going on, bro, over there, they gotta figure that shit out fast. But that wasn't a good look. That wasn't a good look to see, man. That wasn't a good look. I get it. He going through some shit, but you bringing that up and taking that on the players, that sounds like that's on your mind to me. To me, y'all. I don't know about y'all. Y'all, I mean, I know some Brady lovers out there that's all good and everything, but you got to call a spade and say, yo, that's not a good look. Cause like, come on, man. You got to chill out. You got to chill that shit out because just during that whole week, I guess he missed practice Monday, went to a wedding Friday, didn't come to the walkthrough, took the private jet to the Pittsburgh. Yeah, all right, bro. Mm-hmm. They got to figure that shit out. They got to figure that shit out, man. They got to figure that shit out. Other scores. Panthers, they lose against the Rams 24-10. Like we told y'all, man, the Panthers is having a full fire sale. They just got rid of Robbie Anderson. Me and you discussed that off the air. Wide receiver Robbie Anderson is going to the Arizona Cardinals. So for your fantasy fans, that might be a hot pick to look at. Maybe. Because they will be getting Hopkins this week as well. So yeah, we'll get into that next. But yeah, Rams beat the Panthers. And that shows, speaking of Sideline, that was wild too. He got into it with the wide receiver coach. Then after that, got into it with the coach. And then they said, all right, get your ass out of here. And he's all right. Look y'all too then, man.
Antonio Brown.
Yeah.
I'm out.
Oh, yeah. All right, I'm out. Fuck this shit, man. But I kind of figured he was on his way out just due to, I told you off the air, like, even before Baker got there, when he found out Baker got there, his reaction went viral. It said, no, like it went viral. Then he tried to rebuttal and say he wasn't talking about that, talking about some other shit. Like, bro, like I can't stand people like that, bro. Own up to what you said, bro. Just own up to it, man. You said what you said. Seahawks beat the Cardinals 19-9. Bills, great game. Beat the Chiefs 24-20. And what I got to point out in that game, what we're going to get into later, when Josh Allen was exiting, the cameraman was like DBs, Maverick. They moving side to side, shuffling. they ain't potentially walking in nobody's way. They just moving out the way, bro. So it's like we're gonna get into all that in a minute, bro, because we got some shit to get into. But yeah, Bills beat the Chiefs 24-20. And then the Cowboys lose to the Eagles. Great game, man. Shout out to the Eagles, man. That's your team. 26. They beat the Cowboys 26-17, man. And then tonight, of course, we got I don't know how this is going to end, but the Broncos Chargers here on Monday night. But we'll see how that shit goes. But yeah, man. Solid week so far. Now let's get into the fucking bitch. Mm-hmm. Let's get into it. Y'all, we missed y'all last week, man. A lot of shit happened after we got done recording, bro. On that Monday night against the Chiefs, man, the Davante Adams incident. It's been pretty quiet today. There has been no severe updates or anything about it. But the last thing I saw with this was that they're looking at a potential criminal assault, man. Like, and I'm like, here we go, yo. It's back to this shit all over again. But before you want to go first, Mav, before I start grilling into this shit.
I'll put in my 2 cents later.
Because it's bad.
You've been chomping at the bit. Go ahead, man.
Because all right, they're looking at him to be in charge of a misdemeanor assault after shoving the cameraman following the Raiders' loss. And then the aftermath is what blew my motherfucking mind. And it's just like, for people that don't understand, that's calling him a coward, that's calling him childish. I want to see y'all. Let's walk this through. We're in game scenario. You're coming to the game at 1-3 or 1-4, wherever it is. Regardless, you're coming in at a losing record. You're leading the game 17-0. The opponent comes back, beats you at the last minute, wherever it might be. You lose by 1, and you had a great game as an individual. I think he scored like 2 touchdowns, over 100-something yards. Had a great game. Quiet, very content. Emotions to himself. You didn't see him breaking tablets on the sideline. You didn't see him fussing with the players. He was just by himself content. So for those, and I guarantee you at least 80% of y'all has never put on an actual football helmet ever, and to know what that's like walking out. So let's walk this through. helmet's on. He's frustrated, looking down, walking towards the tunnel. There ain't nobody around him. It's just him, another player. He see security, policemen up front. He's looking down out of nowhere. This cameraman that sees him walking towards the tunnel decides to run in front of him. Then all of a sudden, he looks up. Somebody's like literally like this. It's almost like somebody just said hi, like it's out of nowhere. Like just picture it, bro. And and this is what I get into with people. It's like, so the comments I was seeing about this, they're like, so you're telling me you walk into Walmart and somebody bump into you, you're gonna shove them to the ground? No, I'm not gonna shove nobody down, but my instant reaction is my arms is up. It's like you're either gonna say excuse me. So it's like, so people are not gonna pay attention to what the cameraman did. So it's like, let me ask this question. Did the cameraman say like, hold up, heads up, excuse me, make any type of acknowledgement that like, yo, I'm about to be walking in your way? There was nothing said. He literally just walked and just appeared right there. Davante Adams looked at him, pushed him. Do I agree with the push? I mean, yo, it is what it is. To be honest with y'all, man, it is what it is with the push. It could have been much worse. We just saw last week, sorry to get off topic, we just saw last week, Draymond Green just socked the shit out of his goddamn teammate right at practice. So let's say if Davante Adams would have did that shit. Yeah, wrong. But yo, just a slight push and dude had sea legs and just fell. Then all of a sudden he saw what the hell happened. And all of a sudden, he, want to make a criminal report. The criminal report is a lot, y'all. He could at least said like, yo, he couldn't even ask for nothing. I'm sure Davante Adams would have bargained with him like, yo, I'll buy you season tickets to the, for the Chiefs for the remainder of the season, whatever it might be. Because he seemed like he's a good dude. But the people, the public, they assassinate his character just looking at the camera feed. And it's just like, it clearly shows, if you're going frame by frame by frame by frame, the only person that had knowledge was the cameraman. He's the only person that saw what was going on. Davante is literally walking straight. He ain't walking to the side, not walking to the right. He's really walking straight. Dude gets in front of him. This shit happens, yo. And that's why I gotta tell everybody, man, shit just happens. But it's just like, you shouldn't be wanting to like, this is just too far, bro. Because it's like, just look at what you're preaching to the world. It's like, it's almost like you're agreeing to, okay, you can just insert yourself in situations, whether it's your fault or not. You can just insert yourself in a situation, and then once you do it, pull the victim card, and then get somebody in trouble when you insert yourself in a situation. And what I gotta say to this before I hand it off to you, if we're playing this game and what I just told y'all what happened at the end of the Chiefs game yesterday, same location, I saw people moving right away from Josh Allen. Allen could, he had so much space, Mav. It made no sense. It made no sense. Yes, maybe they kind of corrected for what happened last week, but he had so much space. It made no sense. But if it's like, if that's what we're doing now, I'm cool with just going back to COVID shit. No media personnel on the field, only in the locker room. You only can talk to us in the locker room. That's it. Ain't nobody running on the field, getting cameras in your face. All that shit is out. It's like, if that's what we're playing now, to where, because that's the message you're sending, is that these cameramen, or hell, shouts out to the cheerleaders that never complain. They get hit all the time and don't call the cops. Come on, G. Like, let's call a spade, man. This was a bitch-made move by that dude, the cameraman. Straight up. And y'all gotta agree with me. It was a bitch move, bro. Straight up, man. Because like I just told y'all, man, yo, with you being a media personnel on the sidelines, you are already taking a risk of your safety being at risk, just being on the sidelines. It's almost like being courtside at the basketball game. You being a spectator. There's going to be times people going to be diving. You might get hurt. You might get the beer on your nice suit. You might get a bloody nose, not even on purpose, by mistake. But it's just like, we go back to the situation. Come on, bro. Like, this wasn't even a violent situation, bro. It wasn't even that violent. This shit was light, super light. And all I got to say is, man, if this route we're going, media personnel got to be off the field until the whole team is off. Go ahead, Maverick. I'm done with it, bro.
Woo! I'm shocked you didn't run out of breath on that.
No, man, because like I know people say like, man, like, you know, you shouldn't get worked up by the comments. I'm not trying to get worked up by the comments, but I just hate when certain people do something, it's like this big smear campaign. And I don't know where we got in this country to where like we just drag people and you start throwing all this shit left and right. And then you're gonna like, we don't even know this man like that. We don't know Davante Adams like that. All we know is he could be a great dude. That's all we know. But it's just like, when you do shit like this, it's just like, bro, there got to be some type of like morals like with this shit, but there's none. It's like there's no accountability for the cameraman. I mean, he took accountability. He fucking apologized immediately right after the game. As soon as he saw the viral clip going around, he's like, oh shit. Tweeted, I'm sorry. Immediately. He immediately acknowledged what he did was wrong. So I'm like, okay. And that wasn't enough for the public. It was like, no, bring your ass down here. They dragged his ass, bro. I'm like, go ahead, man. I'm taking too much time.
That's it. I'll make it short and brief.
Go ahead, bro.
So, but
go ahead.
No, for the most part, I agree with you. Was the push wrong? Yes. Did it happen out of frustration? Yes.
Yeah, it did.
Did the cameraman go in a spot he shouldn't have gone? Yes.
Hell yeah.
The extent of the injuries he's claiming, sorry, I know it's not me. I wasn't there, but I'm calling bullshit from what I witnessed. If it's going to be to that point, like you said, take everybody off the field at that point. Yeah. I'm sure cameramen, sound crews, all that, they sign waivers and parts of their contract that contact will be made at some point because it's incidental, even though this one was not incidental. My point is still the same. You look at the NBA, you got camera crews and that all the way wrapped around the court. They get body slammed all the time, people jumping through them. These types of things
happens all the time.
I might as well go to a Reds game, even though they announced that make sure you pay attention. You can get hit by a foul ball or a baseball bat.
Thank you, man.
It hits me, and you just said that I can still press charges and everything else for assault, whether it was intentional or not. Things do happen. Was the push wrong? Yes. Does he need to be fined? Yes. Should some type of payment be made? Maybe to the guy? Maybe. But the extent of this is being and trying to make this a criminal thing and this, that, and the other, and then we got to throw shade out there. Well, hey, you're not allowed in theme parks anymore in Kansas City.
Yeah.
I don't know what this extra little childish shit is, but my point's still the same. Your injuries were not that bad. It was a slight push. Don't blow it out of proportion.
Thank you.
You're making a circus act out of something that, it wasn't.
Chiefs, man.
And that's just how I feel.
That's Chiefs. Chiefs Kingdom over there, man. They got
to avoid these circumstances, like you said, COVID rules, a handful of media personnel at the field, and that's it. Stay away from the tunnels.
That's it. That's literally it. Stay away from the goddamn tunnels, man. And to add on to what you're saying, it just proves, bro, like it just like once again, the NFL has had this. I don't know why this keeps going on. They have a problem with protecting their damn play, like protecting players that represent the league. And it's just like, come on, bro. Like, it makes zero sense, bro. It makes zero sense. They just fail to protect the league, man. And the wild part is, there was security guards sitting right there. Then there was a damn police officer sitting right there. It's just like, they got to have some type of structure, but they did it yesterday. They did it yesterday, man. But we'll see how this shit plays out. Let's go into other news, man, to get Mav out of here. Woo! This is big. Told y'all, man. we got a show for y'all, man. We got a show for y'all. The Dan Snyder Controversy, bro. Let me just give y'all a quick brief on what this is all about. And this is alarming to me. All right, the Commanders owner, Dan Snyder, and this has been going on, y'all, for over a year now. Pretty much the same exact timeline as the Deshaun Watson shit. Same exact timeline. But this hasn't gotten no media attention due to they use the Deshaun Watson timeline. So the Commanders owner, Dan Snyder, claims to have dirt on fellow owners, coaches, executives, employees, and enough secrets to blow up Commissioner Roger Goodell and the league. So why in the hell are we talking about this right now? What evidence do you have? I want to know, because we saw, as you brought up before the show started, Jerry Jones is currently in a situation that's been going on for a long time, and now it's getting resurfaced all over again. A Representative Jane Doe accused the Cowboys owner Jerry Jones of sexually assaulting her in front of the Cowboys players and pushing for a trial. So it's just like, this is the start of it. So what he listed, and the fact that this is in the public, man, guess how many people care about this shit?
Hardly any.
Nobody.
What I was just gonna say with that, with what all starting to come out, I expect to see 8 months worth of nonstop coverage, just like the Watson ordeal.
Yeah.
And things of that nature, not to sweep this under the rug like the Robert Kraft thing. If this disappears in a month and a half time, you already proved it right then and there where this is going to go. Yeah,
that y'all full of shit. The dinosaurs are protecting each other. They're using the divas to distract attention from the bullshit.
This shit reminds me of the celebrities with the Harvey Weinstein thing and Jeffrey Epstein didn't kill himself type of situation. All that, man. Kevin Spacey, all that. Long-term overdue dudes. They just still running around here, do what they want to do, but we want to punish somebody for pushing somebody that was in his motherfucking way. But this guy right here saying he has full-fledged evidence and enough information. It's like, yo, call the motherfucking DOJ at this point. Calling the DOJ. And I told, bro, and I brought this, and I said this shit on the Truman Show as well, man. I'm like, yo, if the NFL continue with this fuckery, man, with not protecting the players and throwing players under the bus and protecting their little best friends and they golf clique, I'm telling you, man, at some point in time, it's the NFL and players trying to make the NFL. It's not even going to be about the money no more. Like it's literally going to be about pride at this point, because you don't got to agree to disagree. But where we're at, and now in today's time in 2022, we're seeing high school athletes getting endorsement deals. We're seeing college athletes getting endorsement deals. I saw the LSU quarterback just before the season started. He got over $1 million in sponsorship deals, decided to quit. So it's like the moment you step into high school, like the field, not even that, maybe in middle school was in football, you were getting looked at when you was a kid. So it's just like you're getting looked at very early and you're making top dollar before you even get to the major league. It's like, before me and you growing up, get to the major league was basically that was the point. Now it's like, yo, you got a brand the moment you go into these showcase tournaments, you go into whatever it is, soccer, basketball, football, you're getting looked at and people want to invest in you immediately. You are your own bank. So the players is going to slowly turn into a players league. And what I'm getting with this, it's like, yo, I'm telling you, with this Roger Goodell shit, if this shit all goes left, I'm telling y'all, bro, you don't got to agree with me, but it's just like, it's going to get to a point in time, these players, because the landscape is slowly changing. We're seeing the HBCU schools, they finally getting recognition. We're seeing a lot of shit going on, bro. Like I just told y'all, man, like I just saw LeBron James' son. He just signed to Nike and Bose. He only 18 years old. Not even, he's still in high school. So it's just like, come on, bro. Yeah, different sport, all that shit. But the point is that these athletes, no matter what sport you're in, you are your own bank the moment you hit the scene. You got your own social media. You're promoting yourself. You're your own brand. Like the brand is it's almost, I want to say it's bigger than the NFL, but your brand means a lot to the league because it makes them money. So without them players that we're talking about, no matter who it is, black, white, Mexican, Asian, no matter who it is, you basically make the league with your representation, basically. So without them, and let's say they go over to Dwayne Johnson's league, who knows what can happen?
What people say will happen. Some people say, nah, it won't happen. Some people say it's a possibility will happen. But I will say this. If they keep on with this bullshit, the way they handling shit, because I know a lot of players ain't stupid. They keep seeing the TV. They keep seeing the same representation getting in trouble for shit. Meanwhile, they see the dinosaurs doing much worse fuck shit, and ain't nothing happening to them. And it's basically they getting thrown under the bus. Something's going to have to give. And I'm telling you, it's going to be more about pride than the money at that point. But let's see. Let's see what happens, man. Let's see what happens. That's just my take on it, bro. Because it's just like, it's going to be enough is enough, man. It's like, people going to get tired of seeing the same shit over and over and over. And especially with this situation, with Dan Snyder coming out saying this shit, and to this day, nobody's even caring about what the fuck he just said just there. That says a lot. Says a lot. What do you got to say, man? With Dan Snyder?
I mean, you pretty much hit the nail on the head. I already said it,
Yeah, man.
We don't hear much about this. You just pulled the same thing with the Robert Kraft stuff and pushed it under the rug.
Yeah, man. It's nuts, y'all. It's nuts, man. It's very ugly, but we'll see. We'll see how this shit plays out. Lastly, I knew this was gonna be a dud, and that shit came and went like a buddy sticker on the refrigerator, bro. Deshaun Watson's 26 accuser came out. Crickets. Crickets. Nothing happened. So nothing happened today. Like it literally was a dud. But there was a shakeup today in Houston. The Houston Texans parting ways with Executive Vice President of Football Operations, Jack Easter, wherever his name is. Jack Easter. I'm gonna call him Jack Easter. But yeah, he was hired in 2019, and he had the major voice in the organization and making a lot of moves. So I wonder, this has something that his departure has something to do with the shit that's been going on.
I'm sure it does.
Yeah, it has to be, man. I'm telling y'all, man, when y'all start seeing random people exiting, it's going to have something to do with either Dan Snyder or maybe the Deshaun Watson case. We don't know, but it's all speculation. But we'll see. We will see. Then we already talked about the Tom Brady meltdown. But anything you want to add, man, before we get out of here?
Yep, I'm ready for the Falcons.
Yeah, y'all, man. Thank God I got that off my chest, man. Thank you for listening. Thank you, man, for listening, whether you agreed or disagreed. But it's just like this shit, it blows my mind. Like this, where we're at. It's like you buried alive, damn near. Like people just not paying attention. But it's cool. But here we go, y'all. Live streaming this Sunday, man. 11:30 a.m. Power Hour starts at noon, man. Tell a friend, bring a friend, and tell a friend. Right here on Queen City Strikes Podcast on YouTube, man, only. You can see that. Shouts out to newest subscribers. Also, shouts out to FC Cincinnati, man, with their first playoff win. Give it up to them, bro. Making history.
Bring on Philly Thursday night, 8
yes,
o'clock.
sir. Thank you. Hell yeah, man. Philly Thursday night. Oh, it's like Philadelphia Union, I believe. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Thursday, tune into that. If you're not a soccer fan, man, get into it, man. Like I said, man, represent the city. Also, last shout out, man. Shouts out to University of Tennessee beating Alabama, man. Shouts out to y'all. I love Tennessee, man. Shouts out to y'all. But other than that, man, anything to add, Mav?
I just hope I don't get my fishing line wrapped around a field goal post in the river.
Yo, that shit blew my mind. I was like, yo, they threw that shit in the river?
Sure the hell did.
I was like, all right.
Like a body from the mafia.
Yeah. they knew they was doing it. They knew exactly where to go. They was like, yeah, take it here. Take it here. Yo, people signaling. Dude on it like he on a boat, Christopher Columbus style. Mm-hmm. So it's just like, it's crazy, man. But shouts out to the University. That's like their biggest win since 06, I believe. 06, I think they said. That's the last time they beat Alabama. So yeah, 06. But other than that, y'all, man, we're gonna give y'all Hooday. Hooday, man. Like I said, if you haven't yet, please like, share, or comment. On the channel, man. Share with a friend. Definitely subscribe if you can. But other than that, man, we love y'all. We want to give y'all a salute. Hope the Bengals win Sunday. We love y'all. We out, baby.